Hey, we're at Globe Life Field, home of the Texas Rangers, and it is baseball time in Arkadelphia.
You said it, Chuck Morgan. That was the PA voice of the 2023 World Series champion Texas Rangers, welcoming you to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. I'm Chase Hartzell, and you are getting a live look at Rab Rogers Field on the scenic campus of Ouachita Baptist University in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. It's a rubber match today in a Great American Conference Series between the Southwestern Oklahoma State Bulldogs and the Ouachita Tigers. Yesterday, it was a doubleheader that had a story that could have flowed from the pen of Charles Dickens himself. A tale of two games for the Tigers. Game one, a dominant affair for Ouachita, a 14-4 victory, before finding themselves on the wrong end of a lopsided game. 9-0 the final score in that one. You see some of the standouts from that contest. Cooper Timmons with a quality start, recording 9 Ks and 6 innings of work. Isaac Nowell had a 4th inning to remember when he drove in 4 runs and had 2 extra base hits in 1 single inning. And Wesley Scott got started in the home run category for his collegiate career, going 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a home run. And then in game 2, SWOSU, fueled by a complete game shutout from none other than Jackson Phillips, claiming his 4th victory of the year. Ty Eastwood also drove in a couple, and Marco Barrera, ended up having a 3-run home run before exiting the game early for a pinch hitter in the form of Campbell Sullivan. But we are just about ready for the rubber match between these two teams as we take a look at some of the other scores from around the conference. Arkansas Tech getting into the win column in GAC play with a 9-0 victory. You see the score from yesterday's doubleheader here. Northwestern and Henderson State splitting a doubleheader yesterday as well. Oklahoma Baptist narrowly falling at the hands of a red-hot Harding Bison squad. UAM with a narrow victory on the road against Southeastern, and Southern Arkansas absolutely dominant in a 19-2 run rule victory over the ECU Tigers. Well, there you get a look at the Great American Conference standings as they currently stand. 3 undefeated teams remain. Harding, Southern Arkansas, and Arkansas Monticello hanging on to perfect records in GAC play, followed by Oklahoma Baptist at 3-1. Northwestern Oklahoma State is tied for 5th place with Henderson. And then Ouachita and Southwestern Oklahoma State looking to get the upper hand in that 7 seed. Well, at this time, we are going to turn it over to the public address system, where Kendall Givens will be giving the pregame prayer and where we will hear the national anthem. With that, the pregame festivities are in the books, and we are just about ready for Tiger Baseball. Chris Stapleton's Midnight Train to Memphis echoing throughout Rab Rogers Field, and that means one thing: Luke House is set to take over on the mound for the Tigers. He is set to face off against a Southwestern Oklahoma State squad that has scored a combined 13 points over the 13 runs over the first 2 games in this series. 9 runs in yesterday's affair. In Game 2, a 9-0 shutout. You see Sean Mansour up there leading off the top of the order. Geoff Marlowe was the only player to have 3 hits in Game 1 yesterday. He is batting second, hitting an even .400 on the year. Jackson Searing in the 3-hole for the Bulldogs, followed up by Justin Breen batting cleanup. Ty Eastwood, he had a couple RBIs in Game 2 yesterday. He is representing the true heart of the order and manning the hot corner. Eric Fufulis, he had a great game yesterday as well in Game 2, hitting .353 on the season and batting 6th. Cade Falmer is batting 7th and manning left field, followed by Marco Barrera in the 8-hole, looking to follow up that 3-run home run in yesterday's contest. And Marcus Coronado, another solid bat, rounding out the lineup and manning shortstop. Zane Leonard, the starter today for the Bulldogs. And there you can see Luke House. Up to this point in the season, he has struck out 14 batters and 12 2/3 innings of work. Opponent batting average is respectable, just a hair over 250, but looking to lower that as the season goes along. And looking today to get his first win on the young campaign. House in the summer played with the Holly Springs Salamanders in the Coastal Plain League along with Ouachita teammate Mikey Quinones. And we're just about ready to get underway here, starting with Sean Mansour. Mansour batting .222 to open up the season. And here's the first pitch of the afternoon from Luke House. Fastball is sent out into right field. Right fielder drifts in and makes the play for out number 1. Recording the put for the Tigers, that was Isaac Now, and it'll bring up the red-hot bat of Geoff Marlowe. Marlowe, 5 hits on the series already, and he's driven in 2. He's looking to continue that hot streak here today. Fastball catches the inside corner for a strike. House improved his velocity in the offseason, now registering in the low to mid-90s at times. And he's got a couple of good ones to start out this at-bat. It's 0-2 to Marlowe. Right-hander looking to record his first punch-out of the afternoon. It's sent out towards deep center field, continues to carry, and it will carry all the way over the wall. Geoff Marlowe's hot weekend will continue with a round tripper. That is the designated hitter's 5th home run of the 2024 season, his 12th run batted in. And the Bulldogs draw first blood for the 3rd time. First pitch is taken down low for a ball. Another ball sent up into the air into shallow right field. Play is made in shallow right by Wesley Scott, and there are 2 away in the inning. That's going to bring up the right-handed bat of Justin Breen. Breen has a couple of hits in 6 at-bats in this series. He also walked once in Game 2 of yesterday's doubleheader. The 0-1 from House, sent out towards that left center field gap. That one's got a lot of carry, and it is going to hit off the wall for extra bases. Here's the relay in by Talon Heine. It's a good one. Tag is applied, but runner is there in time. And the Bulldogs have their 2nd extra base hit of the afternoon.
Third baseman Ty Eastwood.
Ty Eastwood steps up to the plate looking to build off his multi-RBI performance in yesterday's contest. He only had one hit in that second game of the doubleheader, but it was a big one that helped the Bulldogs add on to their lead. Pitch is going to miss down and away for a ball. The 1-0 from House is chopped foul over towards the visiting dugout. It's going to be caught on a bare hand by Eric Fufulis. The 1-1 from the right-hander. Got around on it, but sends it high into the air on the left side of the infield. Bermudez will make the play for out number 3, and that will conclude matters here in the top of the first. So it's 1 run on 2 hits, both of them extra base hits, and the 5th home run of the season for Jeff Marlowe, his 6th hit of the series. As we head to the bottom of the first, your score is SWOSU 1, Ouachita nothing. This is Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
I'm Rex Horn, the Interim Executive Director of the Arkansas Baptist State Convention, and today I'm joined by my friend Dylan, who's an attorney with the Arkansas Baptist Foundation, with an important word for you.
The foundation is here to help you support your Ouachita Tigers. If you'd like to create an estate plan that supports Ouachita and its mission, or learn about other giving opportunities, please contact us using the information below.
Welcome back to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. There you see the starting lineup for the Ouachita Tigers. The reigning GAC Player of the Week, Talon Heine, starting things off for Ouachita, followed by G. Allen, the powerful left fielder, batting second. Dustin Bermudez, the two-way phenom, batting third, followed by Isaac Nowell in the cleanup spot. He had 4 RBIs in Game 1 yesterday and looking to build on that performance here today. Wesley Scott had a couple of multi-hit performances yesterday, including the first home run of his Tiger career. Kieran Terrio also joined the power parade with a round tripper of his own in Game 1. Batting 7th is Cade Burrs, the DH, who is prone to drawing quite a few walks, followed by Joseph Bolin in the 8-hole. The catcher ended up capping off the run rule victory for the Tigers yesterday in Game 1 with an RBI single. And Colin Lyles, who entered Game 1 late and started Game 2, will get the start at first base. He is manning the 9-hole, and earlier in this inning, you saw Luke House start out the game on the bump for the Tigers, allowing 1 run on 2 hits. We'll set to face off against the Tigers today. On the mound, it'll be Zane Leonard. So Talon Heine steps up to the plate, and the Tigers will certainly look to get into the Bulldogs bullpen here in Game 3, as Jackson Phillips went the distance yesterday in Game 2. 7 innings of shutout baseball, including 9 punch-outs, as this pitch runs high and in for ball 1. Heine failed to reach base in Game 2 yesterday. He reached on 3 separate occasions in Game 1, and the count is currently even 1-1. The wind is blowing out to right field, which doesn't bode well for Heine if he wants to send one over the fence. However, for the left-handed bat of G. Allen, that's exactly what you want. The 1-1 from Leonard popped up and out of play behind home plate. Leonard, 3 starts on the year, 2 decisions, a win and a loss, and his ERA just a shade over 3 at 3.07. He has 14 2/3 innings of work under his belt, allowing 5 runs in that span, 12 strikeouts to the tune of 5 walks. And Heine's going to go down swinging here for strike 3. So it's a punch-out to open up the bottom half of the first. But now Zane Leonard will have to face off against the bat of G. Allen. Allen was 2 for 2 yesterday before his early exit in Game 1. Looking to build on his performance here as the wind is blowing out to the outfield. Allen checks his swing. It is going to be ruled a strike as it was running in. Tough to tell if he made contact. But nonetheless, it is going to be a strike against the Tiger left fielder. The 0-1 to Allen. Big hack, but nothing doing. It's 0-2. Leonard looking for his first punch out of the afternoon, and what a man to do it against, or excuse me, his second punch out of the afternoon. The 0-2, ripped to the right side and through for a base hit. That's the third hit of the weekend for G. Allen, and it's going to bring up the bat of Dustin Bermudez. So far for Leonard, it's been a strikeout and a single allowed. Bermudez wanted to keep the line moving for the Tigers and set the plate for the bat of Isaac Nowell. Although he struggled in Game 2 yesterday, he had an excellent Game 1, driving in 4. And the first pitch will be taken for a ball. As far as Dustin Bermudez's numbers go, like many of his teammates, he was held hitless in Game 2. He did have one base knock in Game 1 yesterday and drove in a run. That was a double into the left field corner. Bermudez right where he wants to be, count leverage, and a runner on. The 2-0 from the right-hander is going to clip the outside corner for a strike. Bermudez, originally from Chandler, Arizona, the shortstop started out his collegiate career at South Mountain Community College before being recruited to Arkadelphia. The 2-1 bounces to home plate. Allen thought about going for second, but it was a good block by Fufalis behind the dish. Again, the powerful bat of Isaac Nowell waiting on deck for Ouachita, the only player this season with multiple home runs for the Tigers. The 3-1 is going to be ripped right at the home bullpen. And the count has run full to the Tigers shortstop. If the game remains close today, you could see Bermudez on the mound with the game on the line. He did set a school record for single-season saves last year. Payoff pitch runs high and in for ball 4. Great spot for Isaac Nowell to get something going for Ouachita, as he already has 2 runners on and just 1 away. He had 2 extra base hits in the 4th inning of Game 1 yesterday. The first a 2-run home run and the second a 2-run double. The first pitch to the right fielder is going to catch the inside corner for a strike. Powerful wind blowing out to right field at the moment. The 0-1 to Nowell runs high and in for a ball, and right now Zane Leonard trying to work against the wind. Trying to work that inside half of the plate. The 1-1 from Leonard is hit fairly well out to center field, but it is going to hang up long enough for a play to be made. Runner tagging, and Allen is in at third base. So now we'll successfully move the tying run up 90 feet, but it'll be up to Wesley Scott to bring him home. If you wanted anybody at the plate, though, this weekend, it may just be Scott. He has 4 hits up to this point in the series. That's the most of any Tiger. he's driven into on the weekend. Both of them on a home run and a great catch at first base. Justin Breen able to save what would have undoubtedly been a run, and the Bulldogs will hold on to their lead heading into inning number 2. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on for the Tigers. The Bulldogs will be back at the plate when we come back. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
No matter where you go in Arkansas, you'll probably run into someone you know. That personal connection is what I love about this state, and it's why we have offices and people across Arkansas. People who share your interest and care if you've been hurt.
A local team who will be on your side, by your side.
So if you were injured in an accident, call us at 1-800-CAR-WRECK.
No matter where you live in Arkansas, we have an office nearby.
We'll be on your side, by your side.
Captain Henderson House. We're a home to call your very own when you're away from yours, with a porch to end your night on, surrounded by friends, sharing stories and old times, and a yard with memories of summertime weddings and picnics after the game. We are so thankful for the life this house has seen for nearly 150 years. Come stay with us and join in on our stories. Captain Henderson House, Inn and Events.
Welcome back to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Eric Fufulis set to start us off here in the top half of inning number 2. And he's going to pop it up for a tough play in shallow right field, but the play is indeed made by Wesley Scott for out number 1. Sun always proving to be a factor in these early afternoon games, especially on a beautiful day like today. Here's the first pitch of the new at-bat. This one also sent into the air. This one to a little bit deeper center field where the play is made by Talon Heine for out number 2. So 2 pitches and 2 outs in the top of the second for Luke House, and now he will face off against Marco Barrera. Barrera reached base twice yesterday, including a 3-run home run. That is the only round tripper of the series thus far for the Bulldogs. Nonetheless, they found a way to rack up 13 runs across 2 games. 1-0, taken inside for ball 2. Barrera a little bit more patient at the plate. The 2-0 from House will clip the edge of the zone for a strike. And House looking to move quickly. The 2-1 from the right-hander will also catch the outer half of the zone for strike 2. Looking to send him packing. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball breaks a bit too low and couldn't entice Barrera. The count has run full. Marcus Coronado would be next for the Bulldogs as the payoff pitch is sent into the air to deep right field. Now tries to make a play, but Barrera has his 2nd home run of the weekend. Yesterday, Marco Barrera sent one out to the left center field gap. This time, he's sending it out to the right center field gap. And the Bulldogs' lead is now up to 2. What a weekend it has been for the center fielder. The inning isn't over yet either as Marcus Coronado digs in. Chopper sent out to the mound. Luke House is tripped up, has to make a lunging effort and sticks with it for out number 3. So House bounces back in more ways than one on that last play, although the Bulldogs do plate another run courtesy of the solo big fly from Marco Barrera. As we head to the bottom of the second, your score is SWOSU 2, Ouachita 0. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Washita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
I've heard people say, "Oh, a cheetah."
Oh, Wichita.
Achita.
Oh, a cheetah.
Is it pronounced Oakita?
Searching for Washita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Washita.
Washita. Washita.
How would you pronounce it?
Washita.
Washita.
It's Washita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Washita, people. It's Washita.
Washita.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia or visit their website at printmaniatees.com to see how they can help your business or group. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your business or organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business in Arkadelphia, Print Mania has been serving the public since 1992. Call Print Mania today, 870-246-3803.
Welcome back to Tiger Baseball on the Washita Sports Digital Network. Here in Ontario, digging in to start out the bottom of the second inning after the Bulldogs' lead was extended to 2-0 in the top half. Play is going to be made by Leonard himself. Score that one 1-3, and there's one down in the inning. Cade Burris digging in for the Tigers. He is manning the DH position today. Although the senior is currently batting below the Mendoza line, don't let that fool you because his on-base percentage is up near 400 for the campaign. Walnut Ridge native has found his way on base, courtesy of the walk, more than anybody on this Tigers squad. And the first pitch that he receives here will be taken below the zone for a ball. The 1-0 to Burris is hit fairly well out to left center field. Both outfielders ranging back, and the play is going to be made with a leaping effort. What an unbelievable play by Marco Barrera. My goodness, what a day that young man is having. He's already hit a home run, and he's taken one away as well. That's going to bring up Joseph Bolin. First pitch of the new at-bat will miss down low for a ball. Believe it or not, that is not the first time that a player has hit a home run and then taken one away in consecutive half innings. Isaac Nall did the same yesterday between the bottom of the fourth and the top of the fifth. Barrera certainly one of the standouts for the Bulldogs in Arkadelphia this weekend, although Jeff Marlowe deserves his due as well. 6 hits on the series as it's a ground ball over to first. Backhand by Breen. He's able to beat out Bolin, and that will do it for the bottom of the second inning. Tigers go down 1-2-3, although it's an amazing play by Barrera out in center to keep the shutout alive. As we head to the third, your score is SWOSU 2, Washita nothing. This is Tiger Baseball on the Washita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Visit the Washita campus store for all your Tiger apparel, merchandise, and gifts. If you need something to wear to show your Tiger pride, stop by the Washita campus store on the bottom floor of the Evans Student Center to grab a t-shirt, sweatshirt, polo, or more. If you can't stop by the store on campus, visit us online at bookstore.obu.edu. Make your purchase and we'll send it to you. Support the Tigers by checking out the Washita campus store. Go Tigers.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities.
That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Welcome back to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. That is the spot where just a few moments ago, Marco Barrera made an amazing play out in center field to rob Cade Burris of a home run. That helped the Bulldogs keep the shutout alive against the Tigers. And now SWOSU with an opportunity to tack on to the lead here with the top of the order due up. Leading it off for the Bulldogs, it'll be the second baseman from McKinney, Texas, Sean Mansour. First pitch from Luke House skips in the opposing batter's box for ball one. He's going to foul the next pitch into the backstop to even the count. Next pitch misses for ball two. Mansour was one of the few Bulldogs that did not join the hit parade yesterday in game two, although he had a couple in game one. That ball's going to get out of play for strike two. Jeff Marlowe, who has already made his case for consideration for Great American Conference Player of the Week honors, waiting on deck. Here's the 2-2 from House. Misses down low for ball three. Mansour has walked 10 times this year. House trying to avoid that same fate here as he gets Mansour to just spoil that one away. The payoff pitch from House misses outside for ball four. So Sean Mansour walks for the 11th time this year, and that is going to bring up the red-hot bat of Jeff Marlowe. Marlowe has only been retired 2 times this weekend by the Tigers. He's recorded 6 base hits. And he's also walked once. Not to mention his home run already here in game 3 of this series that is currently tied up at 1 game apiece. Marlowe just able to spoil that 0-1 for strike 2. Checking on the runner at first, but he is back in time. Mansour has struggled on the base paths this year. He's attempted 5 stolen bases, but has only been successful once. Check on the runner again, and again he is back in time. Colin Lyles trying to team up with Luke House to keep the runner honest. But now attention turns back to Marlowe. The 0-2 pitch is fouled back out of play. And the designated hitter showing why he's been such a tough out this weekend for the Tigers. He's only been retired via the punch-out once this weekend. The 0-2 just misses up for ball one. All told for Marlowe on the weekend, it's been 6 hits and 3 runs batted in up to this point. He'd like to add to both of those totals right here as he sends this one out to third. Good backhand, throw over to second in time, throw over to first is there in time as well. It's a 5-4-3 double play for Ouachita. An excellent backhand by Kieran Terrio at the hot corner, sets up for the double play. And now the bases are empty for the next batter as the ground ball sent out to short. Bermudez throwing across his body, no issue for the senior. And the Bulldogs are retired. So heading to the bottom of the third, your score remains SWOSU 2, Ouachita nothing. Tigers will have a chance to cut into the deficit when we come back. This is Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
On my team, I thrive to work as hard as I can. I mean, whatever you do on the field, there's a positive correlation to whatever else you do, be it personal relationships, homework, the way you carry yourself. I've changed since I got to King University. It's really helped me to develop as a leader. I think it's honestly the best thing that's ever happened.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service. So is research, so is becoming a better person, and we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
Welcome back to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. 9-1-2 due up for the Tigers in the bottom of the third as Colin Lyles digs in. He had an extra base hit as a pinch hitter in game 1 of yesterday's doubleheader. Also had a hit in game 2 as he fouls this one into the backstop. The 0-1 to Lyles, squared it up fairly well, but his timing was off and he's just able to put it out of play. Leonard looking for another punch out. The 0-2 is going to get away from Fufalis. The 1-2 squares it up well and sends it out to deep left field. Left fielder going back to the warning track, and he will make the play just shy of the wall for out number 1. That will bring up Talon Heine for the second time this afternoon. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Went down via the strikeout in his first plate appearance, but looking to change his fortunes here. First pitch of the at-bat from Leonard. Runs high and in for ball 1. The right-hander gets set. The 1-0 to the Tiger outfielder. Swung on and missed for a strike. Wind starting to die out there in the outfield, although it is blowing out. Heine shows bunt, but pulls it back in time for ball 2. G. Allen waiting on deck for Ouachita and looking to continue what has been a strong start to the weekend for the left fielder. The 2-1 Gets around on it and sends it into the air out in left center field. But again, the play is going to be made out there for out number 2. It has been a busy inning for Cade Fallmer. And it'll bring up the bat of G. Allen. Allen is 3 for 3 on the weekend against the Bulldogs, and he's going to take a healthy hack for strike 1. Allen's teammates trying to will him on from the home dugout. Here's the 0-1. Puts a charge into this one out to deep center field, and this one will not be playable. Touch 'em all, Tiger. That's a home run. G. Allen strikes for his second home run of the young season, and he cuts the Bulldogs' lead in half. It's 2-1. What a start to the weekend for Allen. He's now a perfect 4 for 4 against the Bulldogs. And now Dustin Bermudez wants to keep the line moving for the home team. That ends a scoreless drought of 9 2/3 innings for the Tigers against the Bulldogs. After that game 1, SWOSU really locking in on the mound, but the Tigers wanted to get that momentum back. Here's the 0-1 to Bermudez. He sends it out of play for strike 2. The 0-2 from Leonard. Dips down a bit too far, and Bermudez wasn't biting. It's 1-2. There you get a look at the wind out there blowing straight out to center field. We'll see if Bermudez can capitalize on the conditions. We've already seen 3 home runs today between these two teams, although all of them have been solo shots. Bermudez pops it up, but playable over to the left side. Shortstop drifts over and makes the play in the winding conditions for out number 3. The Tigers do cut the deficit in half, though, with a solo shot from G. Allen, the 27th home run of his electric career. And that brings us to the top of the 4th. Your score is SWOSU 2, Ouachita 1. We'll be back with more Tiger baseball after this timeout. Welcome back to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Tigers now trailing by just 1 following the solo home run from G. Allen, a milestone home run for the Tiger left fielder as he passes Justin Pinnell for sole possession of number 3 on the Tigers' career home run list. Now just 2 away from second place with Tyler Reebok. The 1-1 from House is taken outside for ball 2. The wind continuing to blow out to the outfield today, and we've seen some pretty good swings that have resulted in round trippers. Already 3 homers on the day between these two teams, responsible for all the scoring in this game. The 3-1 runs high and in for ball 4, so Justin Breen has worked his way on courtesy of a 5-pitch walk. And Ty Eastwood digs in for the Bulldogs. First pitch of the new at-bat from House is going to miss outside for ball 1. The right-hander gets set again. This time he will clip the inside corner for a strike. The 1-1 will also catch the zone for strike 2. The junior right-hander from Decatur, Texas, looking for his first punch out of the afternoon, and he's got it. Beautiful breaking ball will retire Eastwood for out number 1. So with 1 on and 1 down here in the top of the 4th, that brings up the bat of Eric Fufulis. He is 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch is taken for a strike. Fufulis was 1 for 2 in game 2 yesterday for the Bulldogs. He also walked twice, but he's in danger of going down via the punch out right here. The 0-2 runs high and in for a ball. Although Bolin did like the placement there, trying to tempt the right-handed bat of Fufulis. The 1-2 is also going to miss its spot, this one in the opposing batter's box for ball 2. Luke House still looking for that put-away pitch against the Bulldogs catcher. Here's the 2-2. This could be tailor-made for a double play ball. 6-4-3. Just what the doctor ordered for Ouachita as the Tigers get out of the inning. No runs on no hits and no errors, although the Bulldogs did get a walk in the inning. It's another 0 on the scoreboard, and the Tigers will have a chance to tie up the game and perhaps even take the lead when we come back. This is Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of Bats and Signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, Bats and Signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, Bats and Signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger? Yep, Bats and Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia called Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Bats and Signs today to see what they can do for you.
Welcome back to Rab Rogers Field for more Tiger baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. Isaac Nowell digging in for the Tigers and looking to get a run started here. Ouachita trailing by just 1 run, and a long fly ball. Looked like Nowell might have his second home run of the series, but that ball is well foul. Wind is blowing out to left field. That is to the right fielder's benefit. The 0-1 to now is popped up onto the right side, but should be playable for Justin Breen. He does make the play in the sun for out number 1. So with 1 down, Wesley Scott digging in for Ouachita. He was robbed of a base hit in his last at-bat with a heads-up play by Justin Breen at first base. First pitch of the at-bat to Scott is a breaking ball that misses inside for ball 1. Zane Leonard gets set on the mound. Here's the 1-0. It will also miss its spot for ball 2. Leonard, a junior from Wichita Falls, Texas, and although he's a starting pitcher, he can also play a utility position if needed. A 3-0 from the right-hander showing bunt, but the pitch still hits its spot for strike 1. The 3-1 to Scott runs high and outside for ball 4. So Scott has set the table for Kieran Terrio, who wants to do what he did yesterday when he launched one over the fence in game 1. That is Terrio's only hit from game 1. He did record another in game 2. In this contest, Kieran Terrio is 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first plate appearance. Slaps this one back up the middle for a base hit, and that will move up Wesley Scott an extra 90 feet. Barrera initially had a bit of trouble getting that baseball, but he is able to keep it in front of him and keep the Tigers right where they are. But Cade Burris digging in, and he wants a measure of revenge from last time. Would have had a home run, but it was taken away by Marco Barrera. He'd like a similar swing to the one that he had last time, just with a little bit extra oomph. First pitch of the new at-bat is a breaking ball that will catch the bottom of the zone for a strike. Leonard trying to keep an eye on Scott at second. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball bounces to home plate. Good block by Fufulis. The 1-1 to the Tiger DH is is into the opposing batter's box for ball 2, and this certainly isn't where you want to be if you are Leonard. 2 runners on, the wind blowing out to left field, and count leverage. Burris practically licking his chops at the plate. And we're going to have a mound visit here. Looks like there is a righty starting to stretch out there. It also looks like we're seeing some warming up from Philip Sanders, who's doing some stretches out there in the right field bullpen. One of the righties that you can see right there for the Bulldogs. That is Grant Avey. Now we are ready to resume action here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2-1 count, 1 away, 2 runners on, wind blowing out to left field. This could be a dream scenario for Cade Burris. Still looking for his first home run of the young season, but he would settle for an RBI. Nice fastball, just misses the bottom of the zone for ball 3. Leonard's back against the wall. We'll see if he challenges the 3-1. Is ripped to the left side, but foul. Just a little bit out in front. And now Burris will have to battle up with 2 strikes. Something's going to have to give with a full count. The payoff pitch from Leonard runs inside, but it does just clip the inside corner for strike 3. That was a big strike number 3 from Zane Leonard. And now will more than likely take a base hit for Joseph Boland to bring in the tying run. Here's the first pitch of the new at-bat to the Tiger catcher. It's taken on the inner half for a ball. The 1-0 from Leonard skips to the right side for ball 2. Leonard still working on locating in the bottom half of the zone. He's done it very effectively at times, including that last at-bat to Burris. Meanwhile, he's struggling against Boland, as it's now a 3-0 count to the Tiger catcher. Lyles waiting on deck, the 3-0. Runs high and inside for ball 4. So now a golden opportunity for the Tiger first baseman with ducks on the pond, but there are 2 away in the inning. First pitch of the at-bat to Lyles. Breaking ball does catch the inside corner for a strike. The 0-1 is going to run low for a ball. Leonard trying to keep that fastball down, not a bad idea. Sometimes it just runs a bit too low. The 1-1 looping breaking ball will catch the outside corner for a strike. And now the Tiger first baseman will be forced to choke up with 2 strikes. Leonard looking to get out of the jam. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball will go foul. Had it stayed fair, it likely would have been a go-ahead base hit for the Tigers. Instead, Colin Lyles will have to set up for another 1-2 pitch. Zane Leonard looking to put him away. The 1-2. Breaking ball skips to home plate. Wesley Scott had an aggressive lead, but he is going to retreat back to third. Seeing some great poise from the freshman in this battle. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball. Attempted to go after it, but he did held up in time for ball 3. Now something really going to have to give. Bases loaded. Everyone will be in motion on the full count. Here's the 3-2. It's fouled into the backstop and will bounce straight back up, almost right to the mound. Rab Rogers Field falls to a bit of a hush besides the dugouts. Everyone knows that a lot could happen on this next pitch. Runs high and in for ball 4, and they'll say it drilled it. Lyles is going to be okay, although he experienced a bit of chin music. He's not upset with the result, though, because he just tied up the ball game. It's 2-2. And more importantly, that allows the lineup card to turn over, and the Tigers have a chance to take the lead with Talon Heine at the plate. That's going to be the day for SWOSU's starter. Zane Leonard certainly wanted to go a little bit longer, but instead he is going to be pulled with 3 2/3 of innings of work just under his belt. Bulldogs will have a new pitcher when we come back. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
At Berry & Turnage, we specialize in bringing the law to your corner. We are dedicated to understanding what results you want and to helping you understand what actions we can take on your behalf. With over 30 years of experience and a proven track record of success, Berry & Turnage is here to lead you down a path to the results you need. We will work with you every step of the way to make sure that you understand the choices you are making and feel empowered to make them. Berry & Turnage. Serious injuries require serious attorneys.
I'm Rex Horn, the Interim Executive Director of the Arkansas Baptist State Convention, and today I'm joined by my friend Dylan, who's an attorney with the Arkansas Baptist Foundation, with an important word for you.
The foundation is here to help you support your Ouachita Tigers. If you'd like to create an estate plan that supports Ouachita and its mission, or learn about other giving opportunities, please contact us using the information below.
Welcome back to Rab Rogers Field for more Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. Set to take over on the mound for the Bulldogs, it will be Philip Sanders. Sanders, a junior southpaw for SWOSU, and the last time that the Bulldogs had a southpaw on the mound, it ended up being a very good result for the visiting squad. That was, of course, when Jackson Phillips went the distance in Game 2 of yesterday's doubleheader. But Philip Sanders going to have his work cut out for him as he is set to take on the top of the order, starting right here with Talon Heine. Bases loaded and 2 away. Here's the first pitch from the left-hander. Heine swings and sends it into the air. Shallow right field, but playable. And indeed, the play is made. So talk about just what the doctor ordered. 1 pitch, 1 out, and the Bulldogs are out of the jam. However, the Tigers do strike for another run, courtesy of a hit by pitch with the bases loaded. As we head to the 5th inning of play, we're all knotted up at 2. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
No matter where you go in Arkansas, you'll probably run into someone you know. That personal connection is what I love about this state, and it's why we have offices and people across Arkansas. People who share your interest and care if you've been hurt.
A local team who will be on your side, by your side.
So if you were injured in an accident, call us at 1-800-CAR-WRECK.
No matter where you live in Arkansas, we have an office nearby.
We'll be on your side, by your side.
Captain Henderson House. We're a home to call your very own when you're away from yours, with a porch to end your night on, surrounded by friends, sharing stories and old times, and a yard with memories of summertime weddings and picnics after the game. We are so thankful for the life this house has seen for nearly 150 years. Come stay with us and join in on our stories. Captain Henderson House, Inn and Events.
Welcome back to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. There you can get a look at the Tiger dugout. Tigers got to be feeling a lot better after these last couple innings, trailing 2-0 at the end of 2. But the Tigers have struck for a run apiece in the last 2 innings, and that puts Luke House in a position for a no decision at the moment, although could he hold the Bulldogs off, and if the Tigers can manage to put up another run, he would be in line for the win. Still, he's got to face this challenge right here. 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Bulldogs. First pitch of the at-bat from Luke House. Breaking ball misses down and in for ball 1. Cade Falmer will take the 1-0 to make it 2-0. He is one of 2 left-handed batters in today's starting lineup for SWOSU, the other being Marco Barrera, a man that Ouachita has come to know all too well this weekend. He homered in Game 2 yesterday, has already homered today, and the Bulldogs would love for him to do it again. That pitch misses inside, and now it's 3-1 to the Bulldog left fielder. Again, Barrera waiting on deck. Here's the 3-1 from House. Popped up, but out of play over the left side. The payoff pitch from House is sent high into the air in shallow center field. Bermudez ranging back. Heine's going to wave him off for out number 1. So with 1 down, Marco Barrera steps up to the plate, and the wind is blowing in his favor out there to right field. We know he's a power threat, as he's already homered twice in this series. He's going to take the first pitch for ball 1. Now playing deep in right field. The 1-0 is chopped out to second, playable for Scott. Thrower to first is there in time. And House just 1 out away from a 1-2-3 inning. But in order to do that, he is going to have to retire the talented bat of Marcus Coronado. Coronado coming into this plate appearance with a batting average over 300. First pitch to him will miss outside for ball 1. Shows bunt, pulls it back, but it doesn't matter. It's a strike regardless. Coronado is a junior from Irving, Texas. He receives the 1-1, and it's a breaking ball that catches the inside corner for strike two. Can't locate it much better than that. House looking for the 1-2-3 inning on the mound. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball locks him up on the inside corner for strike three. And the junior from Decatur, Texas sets down the Bulldogs in order. We're halfway home at Rab Rogers Field and all knotted up at 2. This is Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
I've heard people say Ouachita. Wichita.
Achita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia or visit their website at printmaniatees.com to see how they can help your business or group. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your business or organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business in Arkadelphia, Print Mania has been serving the public since 1992. Call Print Mania today, 870-246-3803.
Welcome back to Rab Rogers Field for more Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. It was a 1-2-3 inning for Luke House in the top half of the inning, and now G. Allen wanted to get things started here in the bottom of the fifth. He is a perfect 4 for 4 on the weekend against the Bulldogs, and he already has a round tripper here today. Joining fellow LRCA teammate Isaac Nowell as the only two Tigers with multiple home runs at this stage in the campaign. With that last homer, Allen is also in sole possession of number 3 on the Tigers' career home run list. He'd love to bounce up even further in this at-bat. And he sends a charge into this one. A no-doubter for G. Allen. Touch 'em all, Tiger. That's a home run, the second of the day for the Tiger left fielder. Home run number 3 of the year for G. Allen, and he continues to inch closer to Tyler Reebok. That's career home run number 28. The Tigers take the lead. It's 3-2. What a weekend for G. Allen. A perfect 5 for 5. 2 home runs on the day. That's the 4th home run we've seen in this game alone. And now Dustin Bermudez with a chance to add on. So now G. Allen is just 1 home run away from Tyler Reebok, and it's incredible to think that he still has an opportunity to do that in this game. The 2-0, that's a beautiful pitch on the inside corner for a strike. The 2-1 pitch to Bermudez. He puts a charge into it, sends it out to deep center field, but it is going to hang up long enough for a play to be made. Credit the put out to Barrera, and there's one away in the inning for Isaac Nowell. He'd love to join the Power Parade once again. He's already homered once in this series. His high school teammate has 2 on the day. And the wind is blowing out to center field. Lefty on righty matchup. Here's the first pitch from Sanders. Fastball misses high for ball 1. Now puts a charge into it, but a little bit deceiving off the bat as it's going to go high into the air and hang up long enough for a play to be made for route number 2. So now we will see Wes Scott take his cuts from the right-handed batter's box for the first time today, the only switch hitter in the lineup for the Tigers. Looking to build on what has already been an impressive weekend for the freshman. He powers it to left field. It's got a lot of carry, going back to the warning track, to the wall. Touch 'em all, Tiger. That's a home run. Wes Scott does it again. His second home run of the weekend and the series. And Ouachita has its third round tripper of the game to make it a 4-2 lead. Looks like that is going to be the day for Sanders, not the outing that he or his team were hoping for. It's going to be a right-hander out of the bullpen for the Bulldogs. Should be Grant Avey. We'll tell you more about him when we come back. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Visit the Ouachita campus store for all your Tiger apparel, merchandise, and gifts. If you need something to wear to show your Tiger pride, stop by the Ouachita campus store on the bottom floor of the Evans Student Center to grab a t-shirt, sweatshirt, polo, or more. If you can't stop by the store on campus, visit us online at bookstore.obu.edu. Make your purchase and we'll send it to you. Support the Tigers by checking out the Ouachita campus store. Go Tigers.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Welcome back to Rab Rogers Field, where Grant Avey is set to take the mound for the Bulldogs. Avey, a native of Moore, Oklahoma, playing in his senior campaign for SWOSU, and he's trying to limit the damage here in inning number 5. 2 home runs for the Tigers already in the inning. The latest off the bat of Wes Scott, and folks, he's hit one from both sides of the plate this weekend. One of 2 Tigers with multiple home runs on the weekend, the other being none other than G. Allen, who has hit both of them today. Allen is a perfect 5 for 5 on the weekend. And Kieran Terrio says, let's keep the momentum rolling. Terrio also has a home run this weekend for the Tigers. One of 4 Tigers to send the ball over the wall. And he's going to receive one high and in for ball 1. The 1-0 to Terrio, jams him a bit, is going to fall into the glove of the shortstop out there. Coronado retires the side, and that will do it for the 5th inning of play, but not before Ouachita strikes for 2 runs, both of them courtesy of the big fly, G. Allen, with a long shot to the right center field gap, his 2nd homer of the day, and Wes Scott has his 2nd home run of the weekend, and he's now got one from both sides of the plate. Tigers will be back in the field when we come back. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
On my team, I thrive to work as hard as I can. I mean, whatever you do on the field, there's a positive correlation to whatever else you do. Be it personal relationships, homework, the way you carry yourself. I've changed since I got to King University. It's really helped me to develop as a leader. I think it's honestly the best thing that's ever happened.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
Welcome back to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. Luke House already in line for a winning decision today, but he wants that quality start. First pitch of the new inning is down low for a ball. Ouachita has struck for 3 home runs on the day, 2 of them off the bat of G. Allen, the other off the bat of Wesley Scott. All told, we've already seen 5 home runs in today's contest. Luke House, the 2-0. Fastball will clip the inside corner for a strike. The 2-1, also trying to get that inside corner, but it darts a bit too far inside, and now it's 3-1. House again trying to locate on that inside corner. Mansour wanted a ball 4 call. Instead, he's got to regroup for a full count. Jeff Marlowe waiting on deck. The payoff pitch just misses low for ball 4. Valiant effort from Luke House, but it is a 6-pitch walk to the leadoff man for the Bulldogs, and it will bring up Jeff Marlowe. Marlowe has been an on-base threat throughout the weekend. He has reached base safely 7 times in this series. And he's going to take the first pitch here for ball 1. Well, if you're looking for Player of the Week award winners, you've got a couple of candidates in Arkadelphia this weekend. Jeff Marlowe, with his 6 hits, is sure to catch some attention, but G. Allen's a perfect 5 for 5, and he's got 2 homers. Also driven in 3 runs in the series. The 2-0 from Luke House, breaking ball, runs way too high for ball 3. Right where the 2-hole hitter wants to be. Here's the 3-0 from House. Fastball catches the inside corner for a strike. The 6'6" right-hander from Decatur looking to battle back into the count. Here's the 3-1 from House. Can't hit his spot, and that will be a walk. So make it back-to-back base on balls to open up the inning for the Bulldogs. And that is going to bring up the bat of Jackson Searing. Joseph Bolin wants to go out and have a word with Luke House, who appears to be struggling with his command a bit here in inning number 6. There is a left-hander getting loose out there for the Tigers. Looks to be Cameron Marchant. As Bolin talks it over, and now the entire infield going to come in along with pitching coach Dave Brown. Tigers would love for Luke House to get 1 more. While the Tigers talk it over, we want to thank you for tuning in to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network throughout the weekend. This is a student-led broadcast out of the Rogers Department of Communications right here at Ouachita Baptist University in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Whether you're rooting for the Bulldogs back in Weatherford or whether you're rooting for the Tigers right here in the Delph, we want to thank you for tuning in. We've had quite the series, and it's only fitting that the rubber match be just as compelling. Neither team wanted to give in both this contest and this series, because for both of these teams looking to win their first Great American Conference Series of the new year. Showing bunt. Foul tipped it for a strike. SWOSU not afraid to play a little bit of small ball. Infielders playing in. We'll see if Searing shows bunt again. Yes, he does. Pulls it back. Just missed his spot for a ball. House gets set. The 1-1. Searing able to get a piece of it, but it ends up bouncing off of himself, and now it's 1-2. We'll see if Searing commits to the bunt once again, or if he opts to swing away. Obviously wanted to avoid the threat of that bunt third strike. It's hit right back up the middle. 6-4-3. A double play for the Tigers, just what the doctor ordered. And now it's likely going to take a base hit to bring in that run, but this is a good guy to complete the task. Justin Breen digging in for his squad. Mansour stands at third. First pitch of the new at-bat is a ball that is blocked by Bolin. The 1-0 from House, breaking ball will catch the inside corner for a strike. The 1-1, a fastball and a perfect spot, and now Breen's back is really against the wall. 1-2 count, and House is just one strike away from a quality start. The next pitch, line drive shot towards the home dugout. That's going to cause some Tigers to duck for cover. The 1-2 from House again, breaking ball that again is going to have the first baseman out in front. Ty Eastwood would be next if the Bulldogs can keep the inning alive, but House wants to squander any chance of scoring right here. Fastball misses down low for a ball. Wind blowing out to straight center field. Heine getting back into position. The 2-2 breaking ball. Wanted that inside corner spot but couldn't quite get it. And the count runs full. The Tiger dugout. Willing House on. The payoff pitch. Gets him to swing through it and miss for strike three. And you can grade this start quality for Luke House. 6 innings of 2-run ball for the junior. That will take us to the bottom of the 6th inning. Your score is Ouachita 4, SWOSU 2. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of bats and signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, Bats and Signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, Bats and Signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger? Yep, Bats and Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia, call Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Bats and Signs today to see what they can do for you.
At Berry and Turnage, we specialize in bringing the law to your corner. We are dedicated to understanding what results you want and to helping you understand what actions we can take on your behalf. With over 30 years of experience and a proven track record of success, Berry and Turnage is here to lead you down a path to the results you need. We will work with you every step of the way to make sure that you understand the choices you are making and feel empowered to make them. Berry and Turnage. Serious injuries require serious attorneys.
Welcome back to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. Cade Burris, the senior from Walnut Ridge, Arkansas, digging in for the Tigers. First pitch of the new at-bat is a fastball that catches the inside corner for a strike. Grant Avey still out there on the mound for the Bulldogs and wanting to keep the score right where it is going into the back third of today's contest. Another good pitch at the bottom of the zone for strike two. Burris looking to battle up with 2 strikes. The next pitch from Avey going to miss its spot for ball 1. The 1-2 from Avey misses its spot high for ball 2. Burris able to spoil off the 2-2 pitch, and he'll get to see at least one more. Burris looking to avenge a strikeout in his last plate appearance. The 2-2 can't get him to bite, and the count has run full once again. Something's going to have to give with a full count. Here's the payoff pitch. Fastball runs low for ball 4. So Burris does get a measure of revenge and gets the walk that he wanted in his last at-bat. That's going to bring up the bat of Joseph Bolin. Bolin is 0 for 1 on the day and is showing bunt, but he pulls it back in time for ball 1. Looking at his numbers for the season, Bolin is batting an even .250. Check on Burris over at first. He is back in time. Bolin has driven in 3 runs, as the 1-0 is going to catch the outside corner for a strike. Bolin, Lyles, and Heine due up for the Tigers, and SWOSU would certainly love to hold G. Allen off to that next inning. Bolin lays down the bunt. It's a good one. Avey throws it over to first, but mission accomplished. Bolin sacrifices himself for out number 1, but meanwhile, another insurance run is into scoring position. That's going to bring up the right-handed bat of Colin Lyles. First pitch from Avey misses outside for ball 1. Lyles was hit by a pitch in his last plate appearance. That drove in a run for the Tigers and set up for the go-ahead inning in the 5th. Check back on the runner at second, but Burris is there in time. And 1-0 in the perfect spot from Avey. It's now 1-1 to the Tiger first baseman. He's driven in a couple runs in his own right. Both of those RBIs coming in this series against the Bulldogs. The 1-1 sent right back up the middle. Avey going to toss it over to first. No throw as Burris got tripped up on his way to third. So the runner has successfully been moved up an extra 90 feet, and that will bring up the reigning GAC Player of the Week in the form of Talon Heine. Green didn't want to risk the error on the throw across the diamond. First pitch of the new at-bat catches the zone for a strike. Now the Tigers will have to earn that run, as it's going to take more than likely a base hit to extend Ouachita's lead. The 0-1 pitch sent out to short, takes a nasty hop and is through for a base hit. Heine retreats back to first after adding another insurance run. It's the 5th run of the afternoon for the Tigers, and it brings up the dangerous bat of G. Allen. This is the last guy that the Bulldogs wanted to see at this point. 3 for 3 on the day, 2 home runs, and looking to become the first Tiger in the Great American Conference era to record a hat trick of home runs. It would also tie him with Tyler Reebok for the 3rd most in program history, as the first pitch is taken for ball 1. Heine, the reigning GAC Player of the Week, over at first, and if Allen keeps it up, he's going to have his case for the award this week. Takes a large hack here, but comes up empty-handed for a strike. The 1-1 to Allen, misses down low for ball 2. Avey wanting to be extra cautious against Allen, who has already proven that he's got the power to send it out of the ballpark. Leads the team with 3 home runs this year, 2 of them here today. The 2-1, another healthy hack, but a swing and a miss for strike 2. The Bulldogs looking to retire G. Allen for the first time this weekend. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Avey. Misses outside for ball 3. We'll see if Avey tries to challenge or if he just opts to put Allen on base. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and for the first time this weekend, Allen has been set down via the punch-out. So 1 run comes across on the RBI single from Talon Heine. As we head to the back third of this game, your score is Ouachita 5, SWOSU 2. You're watching the rubber match of this Great American Conference Series right here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. Welcome back to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, where we have a new pitcher for the home team. None other than the southpaw, Cameron Marchant. He is relieving Luke House, who will finish the day in line for the win and the second Tiger this weekend to record a quality start. Ouachita looking to hang on for its first series win of the Young 2024 campaign. And a great spot to do just that in front of the home crowd on what is a beautiful Saturday afternoon here in Arkadelphia. 69 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, very similar to the weather that we had yesterday. Can't ask for much better conditions for America's pastime, especially at this point in the year. It's February, but you wouldn't guess it based on the temperatures. We are set to resume action here. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Bulldogs, starting right here with Justin Breen. Or excuse me, Ty Eastwood. Eastwood had a couple of RBIs in Game 2 yesterday. He's going to send a chopper over to third. Glove by Terrio, throw over to first is in time, and there's one away in the inning. Eric Fufulis digging in for the Bulldogs. SWOSU started off this game with runs in back-to-back innings, but the Tigers, with 5 unanswered over the last 4, first pitch of this new at-bat is taken at the bottom of the zone for a strike. The 0-1 from Marchant misses high for a ball. Marchant, originally from McKinney, Texas. Played for Prosper High School. The 1-1 from the southpaw goes all the way to the backstop for ball 2. Bulldogs have tried to keep Terrio honest over there at the hot corner as you take a look at the stats for Marchant. Been an excellent senior campaign for him up to this point. Squares that one up pretty well, but fortunately for the Tigers, also well foul. If the score stays right where it is too, don't be surprised if we see Dustin Bermudez before the day is done. Tigers would love some insurance to make sure that they don't have to do that. Here's the 2-2 from Marchant. Sent out towards shallow center field, and it's going to find a patch of green grass out there for a base hit. Just a case of Fufulis putting the ball in the right spot. It looks like we have got a pinch hitter for the Bulldogs. It'll be Campbell Sullivan.
Pitch hitting for Southwestern, number 6, Campbell Sullivan.
He takes over for Cade Falmer. Marchant, first pitch misses high for a ball. Ball sent high into the air into deep center field. Talon Heine ranging back, makes a play at the wall for out number 2. Able to hold on to it for another web gem of a play for the Tigers center fielder. He had one to the opposite gap yesterday, but this time saving an extra base hit. And now there are 2 away in the inning for the left-handed bat of Marco Barrera. He already has 2 home runs on the weekend, and he wants another. First pitch is taken inside for ball 1. Wind is blowing out to right field at the moment. That is in the favor of the left-handed batter. 1-0 pitch. Misses his spot on the outside corner for ball 2. The 2-0 from the southpaw. Popped up, but perhaps playable over on the left side in a really tough spot in shallow left field. Diving effort, but he trapped it. Allen with a lunging effort. It looked like a base hit from up here. But it looked like there was some disagreement between the umpires, as one was showing base hit, another was showing out. The dispute has been resolved, and it looks like the correct call has been made, as there are 2 runners in scoring position and 2 away for Marcus Coronado. Fastball just misses its spot on the inside corner for ball 1. The 1-0 sent out to third. Terrio playing deep. Throw across the diamond is there in time. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the side is retired. It's stretch time here at Rab Rogers Field, and the Tigers looking to lock up the season series victory over the Bulldogs. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Getting directions to Ouachita Baptist University.
Welcome back to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, where the 7th inning stretch is wrapping up. Tyler Fortin set to take over on the mound for the Bulldogs. Another southpaw on the mound for the visiting squad, and he is looking to keep his team in striking distance going down the stretch. Tigers are just 6 outs away from claiming their first GAC Series win of the new campaign. And no better place to do it than right here in front of the home crowd at Rab Rogers Field. Due up to start off the inning, it'll be 3, 4, and 5. Dustin Bermudez, Isaac Now, and then Wes Scott. 2 of those gentlemen have already hit home runs this series. There's a throw down to second, which means we are just about ready to resume action as Dustin Bermudez, the senior from Chandler, Arizona, digs in at the plate.
Back for the Tigers, the shortstop, Dustin Bermudez.
First pitch of the new at-bat runs high for a ball. Wind is blowing out strong to right field at the moment. 1-0 pitch misses down low for ball 2. There have been 5 home runs between these two squads today. It got started with Jeff Marlowe back in the first, and then in the second, Marco Barrera followed it up with one of his own. Large swing and a miss, but Bermudez comes up empty-handed. It's now 2-1 to the Tiger shortstop. The 2-1 to Bermudez, ripped down the line but foul. It is going to take a long roll all the way out into the glove of Marcus Coronado, who is standing just shy of the warning track out there in left field. Looking to set him down. The 2-2 pitch is popped back out of play. The 2-2. Breaking ball misses outside for ball 3. Isaac now waiting on deck. The payoff pitch. Roped into left field and down for a base hit. It gets all the way to the wall for extra bases. Bermudez, legs churning, he's in at second base with a stand-up double. That's Bermudez's second extra base hit of the series. And it's going to bring up Isaac now. First pitch of the new at-bat is sent out to pretty deep center field. Center field arranging back just shy of the warning track in right center field. Bermudez tagging, and he won't even have to slide. He's up an extra 90 feet to set the table for Wes Scott, who needs no introduction at this point in the weekend. 5 hits, 2 home runs, 1 from each side of the plate. I'm sure he wouldn't mind a hat trick on the weekend. First pitch misses high for a ball. Scott is a freshman from Dallas, Texas. Played high school ball at Lake Highlands before starting off his collegiate career with the Tigers. 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed for a strike. The 1-1 to Scott. Going to miss its spot on the outside corner for ball 2. Right where Scott wants to be. Count leverage, runner at third, infield playing in. The 2-1 misses high for ball 3. And we'll see if the Bulldogs try to nibble around the zone against a man who has already launched 2 over the wall this weekend. Colin Lyles waiting on deck. 3-1 will catch the top of the zone for a strike. And my apologies, that is not Colin Lyles. That is Kieran Terrio out there in the on-deck circle. The payoff pitch to Scott just misses its spot for ball 4. Wesley Scott has worked his way on base once again, and now Kieran Terrio with an RBI opportunity. Kieran Terrio wearing number 7 this year, taking over the number from another well-respected infielder, Judd Arrington, who was an on-base machine in his career with Ouachita. First pitch gets past the catcher. Runner's chugging, and he struggles with the ball. Dustin Bermudez slides in safely as the 6th run of the ball game, and meanwhile, Wesley Scott moves up to 2nd. So now Terrio with a golden opportunity to add on another swing and a miss for a strike. The 1-1 runner in motion. It's a hit and run. Terrio just manages to get a piece of it. Terrio's not bad in the on-base category in his own right, 429 on the season. And the ball's going to get past. That's going to allow Wesley Scott to trot up to third base, and command really starting to become an issue for Fortin. The junior southpaw really going to have to regroup here, as a ball put in play could easily score. Scott, the 2-2, does catch the inside corner for strike 3. So now it will likely take a base hit to bring home Wesley Scott, although we have seen a runner already score on a wild pitch today. And now Cade Burris looking to do some damage at the plate. He walked in his last plate appearance, and he's had quite a few lengthy battles at the dish. Going to foul tip the first pitch for strike 1. The 0-1 chopped over to the left side. Throw over to first is there in time. Great play at the hot corner by Ty Eastwood, and the side is retired, but not before Dustin Bermudez comes across to score on a wild pitch. The Tigers have another insurance run. It is 6-2 heading into inning number 8. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of bats and signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, Bats and Signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, Bats and Signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger? Yep, Bats and Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia called Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Bats and Signs today to see what they can do for you.
Welcome back to Rab Rogers Field for more Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. Cameron Marchand out there for a second inning of relief work. And the Tigers right now in the driver's seat going into the final 2 innings of today's contest. Started out the game trailing 2-0 after 2, but the Tigers have scored at least 1 run in each of the last 5 innings, including a 2-run 5th inning that saw 2 home runs. Bulldogs going to have the top of the order due up as the road team looks to try and make things interesting going down the stretch. First pitch from Marchand to Mansour is taken on the inside corner for a strike. Plenty of fans at the ballpark today for today's rubber match. Ball is sent out to center field, but hanging up long enough. Heine just has to take a few steps to the right, and he's there for out number 1.
Designated hitter Jeff Marlowe.
Jeff Marlowe now digging in for the Bulldogs, and he has really been his team's MVP this weekend. Although Marco Barrera would also likely have a claim to that as well with a couple of home runs in his own right. Marlowe has 6 hits and has reached base 8 times in the series. No small feat for the Bulldogs DH. And he'd like to do what he did all the way back in the first with a solo home run. The 1-0. Fastball catches the outside corner for a strike. Tiger bullpen is currently empty, as it looks like Ouachita wants Marchand to either close out this game or they'll eventually turn the ball over to Dustin Bermudez. That pitch runs high for ball 2. The Tigers have also done a much better job of getting into the Bulldogs bullpen today. Started that all the way back in the 4th inning when starter Zane Leonard was forced to leave the ball game. 2-1 misses high, and now it's 3-1 to Marlowe. He is now in danger of reaching base for the 9th time this weekend. What a series it has been for the junior. The 3-1 skies it into the air in shallow center field, but still a very tough spot. Heine makes a lunging effort at the baseball, but it will drop for the 7th hit of the weekend for Jeff Marlowe. Well, he has certainly had a series to write Weatherford about. And now he will look for his teammates to bring him home, starting right here with Jackson Searing. Bulldogs also have a strong showing from their fan base despite the long trip to Arkadelphia. First pitch misses high and outside for a ball. The 1-0 from Marchand is going to catch the top of the zone for a strike. Going to have time called here over towards the first base side. Now we're ready to go again. The 1-1 to Searing. Sent into deep center field. Heine still going back, ranging back, and it is going to clear the wall. A 2-run home run for number 2, Jackson Searing. It is Searing's 3rd home run of the year, the Bulldogs' 3rd of the game. Our 6th home run total at Rab Rogers Field today. And the Bulldogs have cut the lead in half. It's 6-4. Coach Howard making the long walk out to the mound, and looks like this might be the day for Cameron Marchand. Indeed it is, and you will indeed get to see Dustin Bermudez on the mound, as we are going to see Reese McWilliams take over in the infield. Bermudez switching gloves. And it looks like he is just about ready to start warming up. We're going to go ahead and stay right here to enjoy just a little bit more atmosphere for what has been a beautiful weekend at Rab Rogers Field. The only thing that would make it better for the Tigers is a series win. Again, these two teams are currently tied for 7th place in the Great American Conference. It is very early in the season to be talking about Great American Conference tournament bids. But you do start to look back to these opening series and realize that every game truly does count in GAC play, especially when you've got 3 teams who are still undefeated on the season against conference opponents. Well, Dustin Bermudez, he had a historic campaign for the Tigers on the mound last year. 10 saves, that's a school record. And now he is set to take over on the mound for Ouachita. Looking at his numbers for the season so far, he has 1 win and 1 save. Bermudez continuing to inch closer to the career saves record for Ouachita. He is currently tied for number 2 on the career saves list with Zach Treese. Treese with 13 saves in his career that spanned from 2009 to 2012. Treese taking over for Patrick Lemond, who holds the school record for career saves at 20. Bermudez's first pitch catches the inside corner for a strike. The 0-1 chopped foul over to the left side, didn't get much of that one. And now Breen will have to choke up with 2 strikes. The 0-2. Breaking ball misses outside for ball 1. Trying to tempt him with that low breaking ball. The 1-2. Similar spot, but a different result. Breen swings and misses for out number 2. With 2 away in the inning, Ty Eastwood steps up to the plate, wanting to keep the rally going for his squad. For Bermudez, wanting to hold the score right where it is. It's hit out to short, past Reese McWilliams and through for a base hit. And things getting interesting here in inning number 8 as the tying run is stepping up to the plate in the form of Eric Fufulis. Allen ranging back in left field against the right-handed batter. Wind is blowing straight out to center field at the moment. We have seen plenty of baseballs fly over the wall in the deepest part of the yard today. That's just where the wind's been blowing. Several batters using that to their advantage. The 0-1 from Bermudez. Can't get him to bite, and it's 1-1. Looking at the power parade for Southwestern. Jeff Marlowe with a home run. Joining him this inning was Jackson Searing, and Marco Barrera had his second home run of the series earlier in the contest, back in the 2nd. Breaking ball in the perfect spot, and now Bermudez just 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. SWOSU wanting to keep the rally going. Ouachita wanting to stop it in its tracks. Check on the runner over at first. Runner is back in time. You certainly don't want to run on Bermudez, who is no stranger to throwing across the diamond at short. The 1-2 for the Chandler natives is fouled off to the left side. Fufulis doing a good job there of just spoiling that away. He will see another 1-2 pitch here. Bermudez gets set. The 1-2 pitch misses its spot on the outer half of the plate for ball 2. looking to send him packing. The 2-2 from number 2 is popped up over to the right side. We'll see if it's playable for Lyles. He's running hard, can't get to it. Quite a few twos involved in this situation. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs across in the inning, 2-run lead for the Tigers, and of course, number 2 on the mound. The 2-2 once more is once again popped out of play over to the right side. Fufulis really making Bermudez work on the mound. The 2-2 once more. Trying to get him with the breaking ball up and in, but it just stays up to run the count full. Something's got to give with a full count. Runner will be in motion. Here it is. Popped up and not playable behind home plate. Fans still on the edge of their seat as a lot is riding on this payoff pitch. Bermudez looking to keep the lead intact. The 3-2 misses low and outside for ball 4. So Bermudez will have to face at least one more batter here in inning number 8, and it'll be the pinch hitter Campbell Sullivan. Sullivan actually entered the game earlier as a defensive substitution, taking his first cuts in this contest. Swung on and missed for a strike. Sullivan taking over left field duties down the stretch. The 0-1 pitch catches the outside corner for strike 2. Once again, Dustin Bermudez, 1 strike away from getting out of the jam. Tigers looking to dance out of danger. Here's the 0-2. Misses low and away for ball 1. Wind currently working against the right-handed Sullivan. The 1-2. Breaking ball gets him to swing and miss for strike 3. A huge punch out to end the top of the 8th. However, 2 runs do come across for the Bulldogs, courtesy of a 2-run home run off the bat of Jackson Searing. As we head to the bottom of the 8th, your score is Ouachita 6, SWOSU 4. You're watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
No matter where you go in Arkansas, you'll probably run into someone you know. That personal connection is what I love about this state, and it's why we have offices and people across Arkansas. People who share your interest and care if you've been hurt.
A local team who will be on your side, by your side.
So if you were injured in an accident, call us at 1-800-CAR-WRECK.
No matter where you live in Arkansas, we have an office nearby.
We'll be on your side, by your side.
Captain Henderson House. We're a home to call your very own when you're away from yours, with a porch to end your night on, surrounded by friends, sharing stories and old times, and a yard with memories of summertime weddings and picnics after the game. We are so thankful for the life this house has seen for nearly 150 years. Come stay with us and join in on our stories. Captain Henderson House, Inn and Events.
Welcome back to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law, where we have a new look on the mound for the Southwestern Oklahoma State Bulldogs. Ernesto Hidrogo the senior right-hander, set to take over for SWOSU. And he will face off against 8-9-1 for Ouachita, beginning right here with catcher Joseph Brolin. Brolin, a sophomore from El Dorado, skies it into the air. Going to be a routine play out in center for Barrera, and the former El Dorado Wildcat is retired. That's going to bring up the right-handed bat of Colin Lyles. Tigers would love to add on some extra insurance. Heading into that final inning of play, SWOSU threatening and had 2 runners on before Dustin Bermudez stranded them to end the top half of the inning. Popped up and back out of play. Lyles, a freshman from Rockwall, Texas, went to high school at Rockwall Heath High School. The 0-1 swung on and missed for strike 2. A nasty breaking ball on the inner half of the plate. The 0-2 from Hidrogo, sent out to center field. Taking a few steps forward is Barrera, and he makes the play for out number 2. That'll bring up the reigning GAC Player of the Week, Talon Heine. Heine taking what could be his final cuts in this series against Southwestern Oklahoma State. Takes a swing and a miss at a nasty breaking ball from Hidrogo. Bulldogs wanting to hold off G. Allen. The 0-1. Sent into shallow left field. Coronado drifting over, and he makes the play on the edge of foul territory for out number 3. Tigers go down 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the 8th, but the Bulldogs will have a chance to tie the game and perhaps even take the lead when we come back. Tigers 3 outs away from the series victory, and you are watching Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
I've heard people say Ouachita. Ouachita.
Achita.
Ouachita. Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia or visit their website at printmaniatees.com to see how they can help your business or group. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your business or organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business in Arkadelphia, Print Mania has been serving the public since 1992. Call Print Mania today, 870-246-3803.
Welcome back to Tiger Baseball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. The Tigers looking to wrap up the series against the Bulldogs right here at the RAB in inning number 9. Starting off the inning with a familiar foe in the form of Marco Barrera. He's going to take a nasty breaking ball at the bottom of the zone for a strike. Bermudez looking to work quickly against the left-handed batter, and he stings it into the gap for what could be extra bases. Good cutoff by Heine. Here's the throw into second. Slides in, he comes off the bag, and he is tagged out. Barrera desperately grasping for second base, but he couldn't stay on. And a heads-up defensive play by Westcott to record out number 1.
Third baseman, shortstop, Marcus Coronado.
Ball is fouled into the backstop for a strike. Marcus Coronado representing the bottom of the order for the Bulldogs. Sean Mansour waiting on deck. Here's the 0-1. Misses high for a ball. Big swing and a miss for the 9-hole hitter for the Bulldogs. And now Coronado will be forced to battle up with 2 strikes. Chokes up on the handle a bit. The 1-2. Sends it out into center field. Heine ranging back, and he makes the play for out number 2. The reigning GAC Player of the Week making his presence felt in the field here in the last inning of play. And it all comes down to this last at-bat. Sean Mansour. Bermudez getting set for the new at-bat. Here's the first pitch to Mansour. It's a breaking ball that catches the bottom of the zone for a strike. Mansour has walked 2 times today. He's going to take ball 1 towards the top of the zone here. Jeff Marlowe, who will certainly be a GAC Player of the Week candidate, waiting on deck as his teammate will take the third pitch of the at-bat for ball 2. The Chandler, Arizona native gets set. Here's the 2-1 from Bermudez. Fastball that catches the outside corner for strike 2. And the Tigers are 1 strike away from their first Great American Conference Series victory of this young season. The 2-2 from the two-way phenom. Chopped over to third. Terrio going to be a tough play at the hot corner. Tries to apply the tag, but the runner is safe. Throw was a bit high on a tough play across the diamond. It's going to be ruled a throwing error on Terrio, and the Bulldogs aren't done yet. Jeff Marlowe. Wouldn't it be fitting if this was the final out for the Tigers? He has been a thorn in the side of Ouachita all weekend long. 7 hits, 8 times on base. He's going to take the first pitch for strike 1. Marlowe will certainly receive consideration for GAC Player of the Week when this series is done. He's got a chance to be a hero right now. The 0-1 from Bermudez. Misses its spot on the outside corner for ball 1. Stings it right back up the middle, and the Bulldogs again continuing to rally. Marlowe has his 8th hit of the weekend. Reaches base safely for the 9th time total. And Coach Luke Howard is going to go out and have a word with his closer. Looks like Marlowe is actually going to be checked out of the game in favor of a pinch runner. That will be Aiden Page. Page is listed on the roster as a pitcher, but in this case he will serve as a pinch runner. And speaking of challenges for Bermudez to face, Jackson Searing steps up to the plate. His last trip to the dish was a memorable one, a 2-run home run. that put the Bulldogs in a place to get back into this ball game.
Next running for the Bulldogs, first baseman 13, Hayden Page.
Searing's last at-bat spelled the end of the day for Marchand, as first pitch here is going to be taken for a strike on the outside corner. The 0-1. Thought about going after it. It's a called strike anyways. And now the Bulldogs down to their final strike of the weekend. Bermudez looking to lock up the series for Ouachita. The 0-2 pitch. Hit right back up the middle and through for a base hit. It's into the gap for extra bases. One run is going to score, and they're going to send around the second runner. Going to be what was almost a play at the plate. Probably a wise decision to hold him up, as it was a great relay in, but nonetheless, Jackson Searing steps up yet again to make this a one-run ball game. The tying run is 90 feet away. The go-ahead run is 180 feet away in the form of Searing.
First baseman Justin Breen.
And it all comes down to Justin Breen. First pitch of the at-bat taken outside for a ball. Bermudez gets set, the 1-0. Looping breaking ball catches the inside corner for a strike. Dustin Bermudez trying to lock in the 1-1. Just misses the outside corner for ball 2. Breen waiting for the perfect pitch up at the plate. The 2-1. Just catches the inside corner for a strike. The visiting crowd not too happy with that call, but nonetheless, the Bulldogs down to their final strike, the 2-2 pitch. Thought about going after it, but does hold up. And it's ball 3. Full count, 2 runners in scoring position, 2 away. A 1-run ball game. The pitch from Bermudez is popped up. Will it be playable behind home plate? No, it will not, as it clanks off the top of the visiting dugout. The tension is palpable at Rab Rogers Field right now. Both of these teams know what's at stake. The payoff pitch from Bermudez. A little tapper up to first. Going to be a tough play, but Bermudez saves the game for Ouachita. Good night, Arkadelphia. Tigers win. This win wasn't without stress, as the Bulldogs rallied for 3 runs across the final 2 innings, stranding 2 runners in scoring position. But in the end of the day, Dustin Bermudez stands alone on the school's career save list with 14. And more importantly, Ouachita has its first series victory of 2024 in GAC play. Luke House will be credited with the win for Ouachita, and Bermudez will be credited with his 2nd save of the year. But looking at some of the standout performances across the way today, Wesley Scott, what a breakout series it was for the freshman. He had 5 hits across the weekend. Just today, he homered, walked twice, and scored twice. Another story to watch in this one was G. Allen. He went 5 for 6 this weekend against the Bulldogs. He homered twice, both of those homers today. 2 runs batted in. Isaac now held hitless today, although it's worth mentioning his performance in Game 1, as he did have a 4 RBI performance in that game that really set up this series win for the Tigers and got the offense rolling in what proved to be a run rule finish in Game 1. And although Talon Heine only had 1 hit today at the plate, it's worth mentioning his excellent offense in the field throughout the weekend. He had to track down a lot of baseballs in the gap, and he made a lot of plays that in other hands may not have been possible. So a couple milestone updates for you with his 2 home runs today. G. Allen passes Justin Pinnell for the 3rd most home runs in Tiger history. He now stands at 28 career home runs, putting him just 1 shy of 2nd place behind Tyler Reebok. He was also just 1 home run shy of becoming the first player since Destin McConan, the all-time leader for home runs for Ouachita, to hit 3 home runs in a ball game. So again, just a look at the decisions for you today. The win goes to Luke House. The loss is going to go to Philip Sanders. And Dustin Bermudez locks up the save, his 2nd of the year. What a weekend of opening baseball at Rab Rogers Field. Plenty of great performances all around, and both of these 2 teams look like they could have some postseason aspirations. We'll see if they encounter each other once again, perhaps even in North Little Rock later this year. But the Tigers do prove victorious in this series to claim their first GAC series win of the year. With the win, the Tigers up to 6-6 overall, 3-3 in GAC play. And Southwestern Oklahoma State falls to 10-6, 2-4 against conference opponents. Even though the Bulldogs fell short in this series, I'd be very surprised if Jeff Marlowe doesn't receive some form of recognition from the Great American Conference. 8 hits this weekend, and he reached base a total of 9 times. Certainly worth tipping a cap to him for his performance. He had a home run and drove in 3. Jackson Searing also had a great performance today alone, 2 for 5 with 3 runs batted in, and he also scored once. Some valiant pitching performances throughout the weekend as well from the Bulldogs, most notably the complete game shutout from Jackson Phillips. That is the only victory that the Bulldogs will take back to Weatherford, but again, this is a talented SWOSU squad who could be a real threat in the GAC this year. It'll be fun to see how this team from Weatherford does down the stretch. But for Ouachita, a brief celebration of a well-earned series win before coming right back here next week. There will actually be 4 games at Rab Rogers Field next week, starting off with a midweek matchup. You can catch all 4 of those games right here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. Delta State, the Statesmen, will be in town on Tuesday for a 2 o'clock first pitch. You can catch that game right here on OSDN. And then on Friday, you can catch the start of a 3-game set between the Tigers and the UAM Boll Weevils. Only 1 game on Friday, a 2 o'clock first pitch, as the Tigers take on their familiar GAC foe. And then it'll be a doubleheader next Saturday right here at the Rab before the homestand wraps up with Battle of the Ravine, a midweek matchup between Ouachita and Henderson State on March 5th at 3 p.m. Once again, you can catch all those games right here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, the student-led sports broadcasting program out of the Rogers Department of Communications right here at Ouachita Baptist University. But as for this weekend series, that is going to do it. We want to thank you for tuning in all weekend long, whether you were tuning in from Weatherford, whether you were tuning in right here from Arkadelphia, or somewhere in between. We are so glad that you joined us for this journey, and we had a great weekend of baseball. We're looking forward to many similar weekends to come. Until next time, this is Chase Hartzell signing off. Have a great afternoon, and go Tigers!
Touchdown, Washington! Layup at the buzzer! Is it going to be an inside the